We're going live in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Yo, what is up, everybody? Welcome to another segment of the quarantine edition of the Better Things to Do podcast. See, I keep saying that, but I don't know if I said the same every time. But we'll just roll with it.
Yeah, let's keep it and just like we make a montage later and it's just
Of
you.
every time I fucked it up. Yeah. Well. Yeah. Um. You got your boy Jay Z Prods, your boy King underscore ULY, and your boy No Soul, double underscore ready to send you to the shadow realm.
Oof.
Oof.
Oh,
And with
which one
that,
is it?
oh wait,
Which one is
reveal
it?
card reveal before the intro.
Lord of the D.
Oof. Here we go.
I didn't even know that was a card.
All right, we got we got a proper send to the intro by
Wait,
Lord of D.
and it's a
Lord of
hollow?
D. Yeah,
Okay,
Lord of
yeah.
D.
I didn't even know that was a thing.
That's a cool
You
card.
want to see the rest of my? I
While
have
we're at it, might as
I
well.
have Beta the Cuck Warrior. Um, I got the old classic Ultimate Offering.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
With a
I
laggy
got.
screen. Okay.
Okay, I got Reverse Trap.
Paquita la del barrio.
And then I have my most dangerous card in all of my deck.
Oh,
The Bubonic Vermin.
Dick.
It'll literally kill 50 million of your cards.
You're
Too real.
the
Too
whole
real.
eastern side of the earth.
But I still, one of my favorite cards is still
Lord of the
Lord
D.
of D.
A hollow too.
One of mine was the baby blue eyes white dragon, because the Toon World deck was actually my favorite deck to go with. I almost completed it. I was missing a few cards, but a lot of them avoided me, or evaded me rather. They were hard to
Mm-hmm.
find. I mean, a lot of that old school video game, just Yu-Gi-Oh, even some console games are like hard as fuck to find nowadays. Like you
Yes.
can't even properly go down memory lane, because then you get like fucked by like a $200 charge for a game that you're trying to play.
I
Isn't that your
I
situation?
was yes, that is indeed my
Oh shit!
situation.
True.
That is indeed my situation. So so I recently rediscovered my PSP and I'm like, dope. I want to play this one game called Thrill Bill. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
the first or the second don't matter. I want to play either one. I've been on this huge like roller coaster binge. I've been watching a bunch of like roller coaster videos and theme park videos, and I'm like, oh, what? Let's play this game. Can't find it.
Yeah.
So I'm like, all right, just buy another one. Easy peasy.
Lemon squeeze.
I've looked up a bunch of retro game stores. Nobody has it. Go on OfferUp. The dudes the original posts are like a year, 2 years old. A lot of dudes haven't even hit me back. Some of them are like, yeah, let me see if I can even find it. So it shouldn't be that hard. Everyone
Mm-hmm.
tells me it's a super common game. Well, I don't know. I can find it. I want to build a roller coaster. I want to build a theme park, and I can't find it. But I
It's,
want it on the PSP because
oh,
I could get it for the PS2. I get it for the 360. I think I can even get it for the PC. But it's like I want the versatility, and I have it right here. I want it right
yeah,
here. I
yeah.
can do any other stuff, but I want it right here.
Mm.
If I'm
Yeah.
stuck to a console, I'm stuck to a seat, right? And then it's the kind of game that I don't need high definition. I don't need great graphics. I just need today.
Yeah.
I went to a store in Fullerton. Okay, and this is how far I'm going. I'm going down to Fullerton.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
There was a store called Lost Levels, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Shout outs.
I went there.
Not a
I
sponsor.
was looking at their stuff. They didn't have it, but I did find something interesting.
Ooh.
I also follow a fighting game channel YouTube, and this dude like he was talking about Marvel versus Capcom 2
Hmm.
and how especially like games for like the PlayStation 2 version are like hard to find. Well, that store has one, a Marvel versus Capcom 2 for the
Yeah.
that shit is that shit is like $150.
Nah.
I was like,
Whoa.
These dicks.
yo, I'm like, nah. I thought about it until I saw the price tag and I was like,
Nah.
nah, I'm good. I'm good.
Well, I mean, I know you said you wanted it for the PSP because I do get it. Like sometimes just playing a game like on your bed, like just laying down or just outside because sometimes it's nice to play outside contrary to the belief that all nerds like to stay inside, going to the outside is okay once in a while. So I definitely do get that, but since you are building yourself a new system, they do have it for the computer. they
I
have
know they do.
they
Oh, you
have
can play
three
with
volt.
Roller Coaster Tycoon.
It's not the same.
Right.
Arguably, it's probably better, but it's not the same.
Yeah, it's
Right.
not the same experience. I feel you because I had that game. I had it 100%, and I mean, if I can personally find it amongst all my stuff, it might actually be on my parents. If I can find it, I'll definitely make sure to charge you like $300.
Yeah.
There's a special itch that that particular game will scratch.
Uh-huh.
You know, Yuli is just finding out. He's starting to, obtain more girth. I'm telling him, get a back scratcher to scratch that itch in your back. You're not gonna reach it.
He's just kind of fat.
Thrillville is that back scratcher. Is that part of your back? Is the back scratcher that is gonna get that itch? I
I,
could get Roller Coaster Tycoon,
I can
but
get
it's
the
just it's
itch.
not the same. It's not the same itch. I need Thrillville. Thrillville.
For the PSP.
I need it for the
For the
PSP.
PSP.
It's different. It hits different.
It does
That's
hit
where the
different.
nostalgia is. Okay, the nostalgia is in the PSP version,
Mm-hmm.
I don't
and I can't find it.
I don't know why you're having such a hard time finding it. I bet you I can find it.
Go for it. I'd like to pick it up. I'm gonna have to like go to and like order it. Yeah, like from like because there's a game store I also found, but it's all the way in Santa Clarita. It's an hour drive.
I might as well
But
go to Six Flags.
So I'm gonna have to resort to just getting it mailed to me. So
Yeah, no, look
one of those
right
stores.
here, easy peasy for $3 on One Up Games and Repairs for $3 Thrillville for the PSP.
They didn't have it. I already called them. They were the first ones I called.
Oh, really?
Yes,
He's on top of
because
it
it's
in a way.
it's the closest
Jack.
one. It's in,
Yeah, that one's right there.
All right, I'll
Yeah.
try to find I'll help you find the game because
You know, you know where you're gonna find it for sure once like this settles down and stuff starts to open up. It's gonna be at Frankincense. At Frankincense, they're for sure gonna have it there.
yes, 100%.
I don't want it when things eventually reopen. I want it now.
Wait.
My money, and
I-
I want it now.
Are you looking? Are you looking for just Thrillville, the regular one, or Off the Rails?
Both, either one at this point. I don't. It don't even matter. I'll get both if they're available.
Don't you not want the roller coaster to go off the rails?
Well, and off the rails, I think you have the ability to not finish your course.
Oh,
Yeah.
And like the
You
people
guys
come
are
down and they're like in parachutes. They're just like this.
what the hell?
So yeah,
I remember, and there was various like little factions. I think that our boy disconnected, but I feel like
no, I'm still,
okay.
yeah, I'm still here.
Take a shot every
Me.
time. No way.
Yeah, take a shot every time he disconnects.
Or make it just a drink.
It's funny because like it only happens when we're recording. When we're kicking it, it never happens.
I know.
That is true. That is very true. I wonder why that is, but anywho,
Like literally, like on my phone screen, like like all the icons like at the top, you just see them all scrambling everywhere. All
There he goes again. There
like
he
right now.
goes again.
See, look,
That's
dude,
two
my
shots.
phone, my
Look.
phone knows.
That's two
My
shots
phone
for whoever's
knows.
watching. Two
Come on.
shots. This is three shots because his camera turned off again.
See, look, it knows. It knows. It's like my
Yeah.
parents. They know when I have.
That's
They
true.
just
Sometimes
smart.
sometimes they hit you up at very inconvenient times.
Yes.
And it's like
Yes.
one thing that used to happen to me a lot when I used to live with them. It was always as soon as I had something planned for like a week, and I was looking forward to this one specific thing, and then
Mhm.
as I'm like already out the door, I'm about to close it because it like I already like put the lock on and I'm just gonna close it so it's shut. They're like, "Oh wait, can you go to the store for me?" And I'm like,
Ah,
bro, I'm literally like I'm like not home anymore,
yeah, I'm
basically.
trying not to be home.
And yeah, I mean, it got to a point where I had to be like, all right, guys, you always do this. Like, I can't, I can't be doing this every time you get like I'm stepping out of the house. Like, you guys are just gonna have to like figure it out on your own. And
Mhm.
ever since like they stopped like like telling me things last minute, like as I'm leaving, and then after that they were like, oh okay, they were a little more conscientious of like, let me tell them at least like an hour in advance, or they would ask me like, oh, are you gonna go out today? And I'll be like, oh yeah, I'm going out at 3, and they'll be like, oh, okay, before like 3, before the clock strikes 3, can you go to like the market, or can you do this? Can you go pick up your sister or whatever? So they really got the hint.
Mhm.
But yeah,
They, my creators were starting to do that, but then once the quarantine hit, they fell back into old habits
Uh-oh.
mm.
because I wasn't going out.
Right.
Well,
I'm gonna have to relearn that.
Well, I mean, now I think they're starting to say that LA's gonna reopen maybe on July 4th, in about like a month and like 2 weeks.
And that's a big day to like open.
That's true.
If you're gonna open, might as well be 4th of July.
And it's on a Saturday.
Oof.
Yeah, it's gonna be good.
It's gonna be good, gonna
One
be packed.
one thing that I started thinking about was I know a lot of places have fireworks prohibited, and a lot of places it doesn't matter. They're still gonna, blow up
Popcorn.
fireworks regardless. But will there still be fireworks stand?
Mm.
Is that still
True.
gonna be a thing,
Pro- I
or
still think
are they
so. Just like
have
wear
social?
the mask and stuff. Just
Sir,
have,
sir, can you back up,
But
sir?
they would have been set up already, wouldn't they?
I
I
think they
may.
start in like they should probably be starting within the next week,
Yeah.
but they don't load them up to like the week of,
Right. Yeah. That's
which
crazy.
is weird because I could have sworn they used to be up for like 2-3 weeks
Yeah, me too.
when I
No
was a kid,
longer
and
probably.
like it felt like they were out there much longer. And the older I got, the more I realized like they're only out there for a couple days.
Hmm. So then, if there isn't any fireworks stand, where do they sell fireworks? Nowhere else, right?
Nowhere legal.
Yeah, right. You have to either get it from that one cousin or go to
They
Las Vegas. Like,
they have little like little, what are those things called? Little displays on Stater Brothers. Little firework displays. But
no.
it's not like the big boy boxes. It's like the smaller fireworks.
Oh.
It's like sparklers and smoke bombs,
Yeah, it's mostly for like the
confetti
kids.
cannons.
Then I don't mind that. Cause I've
Nah,
never
but
been a big fan of like fireworks. Not that I
are they too
personally don't
loud?
mind it. It's just because like my dogs always like have always been big weenies and scared of them. So like when I had
Well,
my dog Max, like rest in peace, like he hated them and like it was always like a big like dramatic thing. Like he would always hide. He would go behind our washing machine and like hide and try to get out of the noise. So that's
it's a
like
it's a
I got
common
traumatized.
it's a common dog thing.
Yeah, because Nico hates it too. Penguin's not. He's old now, so like he doesn't get bothered by it. But
I
Nico
feel
now,
like I feel like Penguin's been through so much in his life that he don't
poor
give a damn
Penguin,
about the
dude. Yeah,
fireworks.
He's a veteran.
Penguin's a vet in the game, bro.
You can just see the way he like sits down normally outside, and he's like he has Vietnam flashbacks every time.
He's just staring out into the mountains, and then we call
He
his
has
name. He's
more.
like,
He has more important things to worry about, like his own shadow.
pretty much, or like the water spewing
Like
out of the hose. That's like his
my
like arch enemy.
my dog is not a fan of it either, so usually chills in my room
Mhm.
the 4th of July.
Yeah.
But I live in a neighborhood that have a lot of cousins. There's like every other house has
Hmm.
has the ones that go up in the sky.
Right. Well, we have a homie that like his brother, right, is the one who like always gets them.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And bro, even just like last week, like on a random Tuesday, I think they were popping it.
Yeah, they were.
Little
They posted it on Instagram, I think.
Little buttholes. I was like
started
trying to
early.
sleep, and all I hear is pop, pop. I'm like, bro, I was trying to watch my Avatar.
And
They
it's
sound like shotgun shots.
yeah,
dude.
that's what
Like,
I was
they're
gonna
soft.
say. Like out here in the hood, it's confusing. It's like you always you always gotta wait. Like you hear a pop and there's like this little silence that you're just like hearing. Like, okay, is there more?
Mm-hmm.
Was it just one? Did that echo too long? Was there not enough echo?
Right.
Like, oh, there goes the other one. There goes the other one. Okay.
It's funny because I actually had that situation happen in my street where there's like there were still fireworks being blown up,
Oh,
and
shit.
then there was one particular firework that I
Just
guess
was.
was not a firework, and we found out because there was just a bunch of police officers everywhere.
Right.
Right.
That's how you know for sure it wasn't a firework.
Right.
And then you heard one of them go like, "Yeah, we got a couple of shotgun casings right here, shotgun shells."
Oh,
And I was like, "Yo, a shotgun? Like
just like
damn."
into the air, just gosh.
No, dude, they shot a guy.
Oh shit.
They shot a guy, bro.
Oh, that's not what I was thinking.
I was like, yo, like that's y'all doing that kind of drive-bys nowadays? Shotgun drive-bys? Damn.
Bro, that's next level, or that's like hardcore, cause you have to get real close with a shotgun.
Yeah, or unless
Sidewalk.
unless it's slugs. If there's slugs, you don't need to get close.
Those are like long range.
Yeah.
I don't know, but you just heard the loud explosion. We just all assumed it was a firework.
Mm-hmm.
Y luego you see the red and blue lights, and then like a bunch of ambulances and fire trucks, and then some lady hysterically running down the street. So we're like, oh, whoa, this is the helicopter was flying over. I was recording.
Oh
Like,
yeah,
I
you
was
were.
like I was like recording like in the middle of the street, and like the helicopter shines a light on me.
That's true, and I think you even got featured on the La Puente 66 SGV page. Shoutouts.
I always
Shout out to
forget what
them.
it is, but
Yeah, they have
but yeah,
they have
I
a
was
bit
on
of a
there.
confusing name, but here, let me find out because they're always posting the local news. They're
Shout out to that page actually.
Yeah.
Because there's stuff where I don't really pay attention to like news, especially in like our city. I feel
yeah.
like as a guy who lives here, like I should. But then I was like, you know what? That page, I don't even have to like read a book or read a newspaper. Like they
Yeah.
have like
I mean-
like live video of it happening.
I mean, you should probably do that anyways.
I mean,
Um,
really.
but
Sparks
you
notes
should
need
probably
to
do
be-
that anyways. But it is nice because there's like shit that happens, and we just don't know what it was
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
because it's not actually featured on any news or anything. So it's nice to have like a page that actually like informs you on
I know
what's going
whoever
on.
is running it, like I
They're
wonder
on
if
top
that's like
of it.
yeah, I wonder if they made that like their job or like what else do they do?
Because they're always like you see like police officers,
Hmm.
and like at this point I'm like, oh, I'll just find out what it is later on IG
Yeah.
because they have a Twitter too.
Yes, I follow the Twitter.
But the IG sometimes they just, like posts,
Mhm.
they'll do stories.
Yeah,
You
so
gotta keep up
right
on
here
the
on the
stories.
right here on the screen, hopefully it's showing. This is the name of the at of the page on Instagram at La Puente 66 SGV. So shout outs to them because they be keeping us informed. They I mean, like you guys said, like a lot of things that I had no idea like this neighborhood was like so active as far as like police activity. And then with this page, I was like, holy shit! Like car crashes, like almost every day. Someone getting arrested like every other day. I was like, I always thought it was like quiet out here. I was like, okay, this place isn't too bad.
I feel it was quiet at a time because like when I first moved here, it was like known that La Puente was kind of crazy back in the days, like 80s, 90s.
Yeah.
So when my parents like were moving out of, we used to live in Bell slash Maywood,
Mm.
that area. Um, that part was getting kind of like iffy. So like, all right, let's get out of here. My dad got like this teaching job, so he's getting some more bank, so we could live somewhere a little better. So then we came here. It was like, oh, La Puente's a quiet neighborhood, this and that, like not too crazy.
Yeah.
But then, like the past, like maybe five, maybe yeah, maybe like the last five, I think, or even 10. Like it just started getting crazier and crazier. Where like it was bad. It was starting getting good. Just the community was actually like trying to do stuff to stop it. Like a big problem on my street was that a lot of people will tag,
Yeah.
and then even on the what's the Valinda right here, that street. I
Hmm.
remember on the side that big old wall, it was always tagged up. But then
Yeah.
the city put up like these gates or fences, and then they put little trees. So like they're actively like
Yeah.
doing stuff to better the community, which is always good.
Yeah. Cause yeah, you're right. Like when we were in high school, like all that stuff wasn't really like prominent.
Too crazy, yeah.
Like our class, I don't think we had a lot of like those like gangbanger
Hmm.
types. Like everyone was pretty cool. Um, but I do feel like I asked my sister maybe like a year ago, how she saw the scene at school, because I mean she goes to the same high school we went to,
Hmm.
and she said like yeah, like now you have a lot of like those like depressed like little Zan looking kids, um, but then you're starting to see a lot more like dudes tatted up, um,
Hmm.
like bald head type of dudes.
Yeah.
Um, so I don't know, like,
Hmm.
and also I mean with the quarantine, I mean people are bored, so they're gonna be
Find,
like fucking shit up.
yeah, find ways to have some.
Like not too long ago, like three actually two maybe three people that were in my class
Hmm.
got arrested for running an illegal casino in a motel down the street.
Whoa.
Yeah, they had like illegal like coin the coin slot machines. They had like poker tables. They had a bunch of like just electronic games and shit like that from what I recall.
Damn.
But yeah, I was like when I first saw the article,
Hmm.
um I was like, "Oh, okay, whatever." I didn't even look at the mugshots, right? And then Chris hit me up and then he's like, "Yo, have you seen this?" And I was like, "Oh yeah, like I saw it, but I just kind of like skimmed through it. But I just read, but I didn't look at the mugshots." And he's like, "Look at the people on the mugshots," and I was like, "Oh shit!" Like those dudes look so different.
Yeah, yeah.
Like you can still tell it's them, but you can tell that time has definitely taken a toll on those guys.
I don't know what this is. I'm now intrigued to know who these individuals
Yeah,
are.
we'll talk about it after. But yeah, like I thought it was pretty fucking crazy. I was like, whoa, like knowing that like we've had a couple like people from our class like pass away. Um, and it's like crazy to like know that like oh shit like people that you had no idea that would just go like are gone, and it's like
Hmm.
whoa, like that's a trip. And then like an even bigger trip is like I just found out that someone else that was in our class has been in prison for a long time already.
Oh shit.
And I was just like Like, damn, dude. Like, I'm just
Mm.
out here chilling, just fucking working a job, like playing computer games, fucking trying to run a podcast, just fucking trying to run a YouTube channel, just hanging out with my wife, hanging out with the homies pre-corona, and
Mhm.
like dudes out here in prison. I'm just
It's
like,
crazy.
oh man, like,
It,
yeah,
it, I mean, even right there, the fact that you're married,
Yeah,
right?
it's so trippy.
It's like we were in high school without any responsibilities just a couple years ago. Now we have people who passed away, people in jail, people who are married, people with kids, with a family.
yeah,
It's just like, and
Yeah,
and, and then some of us are just chilling. We're just,
I know.
true.
Just cause like personally, I still feel like a kid. Like I still have this kid spirit in the way I see things. Like I don't want to have this responsibility yet. But
I
obviously, like
I
I
feel like
have
a lot
all
of our I feel like a lot of our friends still they've kept that kid spirit still. Like, I
Mhm.
feel like all of us, like, we have our responsibilities. We're mature and we can take care of business.
Mhm.
But when it comes to like hanging out and just being around each other, we're fucking dumbasses.
Yep. And we like
We're like in high school all over again.
that's crazy.
it's funny.
How
It's funny because like my parents feel. I feel like they were up to no good, starting up trouble in our neighborhoods. But it's like I'm like, you see what I do in my room like every day. I just imagine with more people.
yeah,
So we're just like we're like if I'm playing a game here, probably just playing games
pretty much.
Somewhere else.
somewhere
Yeah.
else. That's really the only thing that's
That
happening.
is funny how like our parents assume that we're doing the worst, but like in reality, we're like probably doing. They'll be like, "What? Like, why can't you be out there doing more than what you're doing right now?" Like that's
You know,
kind
like
of
could be at least making some money. Like,
yeah,
and I'm like, bro, like I know you think I'm a criminal, but I'm not.
yeah.
Sorry to disappoint.
Yeah, that's a trip.
I gave you want us to be. Just let me know, bro. I'll rob a bank. Lo que sea. But
I
Yeah.
don't see you. I don't see. I feel like you're like SpongeBob trying to rob a bank when he has like a sock on.
I'm just
He's like,
like,
put it in, put it in, and then the teller's just like, would that be from your checking or savings account? And then SpongeBob's like, saving, and he's like, we have $0 and 0 cents for both accounts.
Oof,
Oh,
that
okay.
mugshot.
I'm like, put it in the bank.
and then he just bounces, and then Patrick's like, like they realize that they were supposed to have robbed the bank, and they left with nothing,
Okay,
and depressed because they have no money in their actual bank account.
okay. If
I'm over here,
if
man. Oh,
Yuli were to go to prison,
uh-huh.
what would he go to prison for? Pi- Let's have a top three. What would Yuli's top three crimes be?
I feel like they would all be white collar crimes because I can't see Yuli being violent or doing any kind of assault, anything that requires like physical contact. I don't see that happen.
I've
Okay.
been in the scuffle too.
I
I
I can
could
see him. I can see him like committing fraud. I could
just
see
be
that.
not
I could
even
see,
like on purpose, like on accident. I just forgot. Like,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. They would like go after him for tax evasion, but
and I just forgot.
he just forgot to sign the paper.
All right. See,
I
no,
can
but
see him.
that's like the my one of my biggest fears is like me just forgetting something like that, or or if I like accidentally like hit somebody or like or if I kill someone like driving or something. Like even though I was doing everything right, and then all of a sudden they decided to like pass me and I hit them, and now I
I
killed someone. That's like always my worry.
I feel like that's how you're gonna go to jail. It's just
Yeah,
it'll be like manslaughter. It won't be murder.
yeah. And then I'm just
Involuntary manslaughter is how you're going to go to jail if you kill.
like I was playing baseball and I decided to just hit a fucking dinger. And then that
And you
dinger
do it.
like hits a old lady and like bro.
Oh no, but in your situation, I don't see the ball hitting. I don't see the ball killing somebody. I see you bat flipping and the bat is gonna hit an old lady in the stands.
So I'm like, yeah,
That's how I
what's
see
up?
that happening.
Like, look at this bombazo, boo, and I'm running first base, flip the bat, and then I just.
You're like running the bases, but then you realize nobody's on the field, and everybody's like crowded around this old lady, and you're still running the. You're all rounding third base.
Yeah, he's like just fucking booking it.
I'm
That's-
like, bro,
We
it's
are the
champ.
champions.
That's funny. So you don't think Yuli has it in him to do the violence, dominance?
No, I don't see it.
Yeah.
I don't see him being dominant or violent.
Yeah, it takes a lot to get me like that. Like the only person really who ever gets me like that used to be like my little brother, just because I used to sleep in the same room as him. So just like the whole brother sister and like type relationship, like they will always irk me to that point. And then like I know I could get away with like fighting them just because my mom will always come and stop them and save them. So like I'm now at this adult like level, like if I beat someone up, I'm always gonna feel bad for like touching them or hurting them because I don't like people like being hurt or anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
So like if I hit someone or even if I did it on purpose, I'm still like fuck, like let me go help you out. Like I'm sorry. But sometimes
so-
I do wish. Don't think like I don't have those like oh, let me just like there's some times where some people deserve it and I'm just
See,
I know how to calm myself down. But,
Even after that, I feel like after the podcast, you're gonna apologize to your hand for punching.
yeah, like I'm sorry. Man. Sana.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
for Yuli, I see a white collar crime.
Fuck, dude.
I see something involving paperwork.
That's why, like, when I have enough money, I'm gonna buy me like a manager. Manager.com, port fees.
Manager.com.
And just buy me someone, and I'll give them like, like 3% of my life earnings.
Like he's gonna be like arrested for insider trading, but he like has no. It just happened to be a good, a good selling of stock, but people are gonna be like, hey, he's homies with the guy from this, but he doesn't know that his homie he works for that company,
Right.
and everything's gonna make sense except for the fact that Yuli didn't plan it.
Yeah,
It was all coincidental.
true.
That's how I see him doing time.
Yeah, and things always like that happen to me.
Like
And-
like he would be like the part of the entourage of the Wolf of Wall Street. He was just one of the homies kicking it.
I was just like the janitor in the building, and then somehow I'm like also part of the company getting
Yuli
arrested.
gets audited.
Bro.
That's funny.
Like arrest me for the actual crimes I'm committing for looking this sexy. Like, bro, arrest me for that. Like, hello?
You
Like-
should be arrested for indecent exposure. You're right. Yes, you're-
Like, arrest me for these guns, officer.
There's like what the episode of SpongeBob where he's like, God, put that away. There's children here.
Yeah, if you're gonna arrest me for anything like these, ha! Like, oh my
You're
god,
gonna
like,
be
oh,
like, you're gonna be like Snooki when she got arrested like for was it public intoxication on a beach or something?
I feel like yeah, that would probably be.
I can see you getting arrested for that too.
True. Just for like
a wild
being
Vegas night.
too drunk and just telling a cop to go fuck himself.
Or if hey cop, like come drink with me, I would try to get him to get drunk with me.
But I mean,
You're-
like if it was in Vegas, he would have a lot of leeway because you can drink in the street.
Oh, that is true.
So
But you could get Vegas drunk here, which we have seen.
true.
Yeah, but that's why I'm happy I have you guys who I know are gonna like keep me restrained.
Well, maybe not us per se, but maybe some other people in our group, because we're gonna stand back and watch.
Some nicer folks.
Yeah, that's why
Some
I didn't
nicer
like. That's why
folks.
I didn't like say you guys specifically. I have another part of the fan group who I know won't like me to
'Cause
get too crazy.
there- There's a good chance that we would be the reason you are Vegas drunk.
I know you guys will be the instigators.
But it'll never be like if we see you walking out on the street, like we'll bring you back,
Mhm.
but like if we see you about to climb some steps, we're not gonna like stop you. We're just gonna let it happen and see
You
what
like
happens.
help me a little bit.
No, we're just gonna watch.
Like if you're
We'll
too
help
drunk,
once you fall.
like if you're too drunk and we see you that you're gonna walk right into a like a water fountain, we're gonna like let you fall, but we'll help you out.
Yes.
And we
Thank-
might record it and like put it on World Star,
Mhm.
but then like we'll help you up.
Yeah.
You
We'll
can
we'll be
always count
there
on
to
us.
Thank you, guys. That's how I
and then
keep
be
you
like
around.
and then be like, hey, that dunk in the water made you kind of thirsty, no? Take another shot.
True, man. Like so, like it kind of makes me a little happy that the whole quarantine is starting to get lifted.
Mhm.
Because I mean, we at the very towards the beginning of the like Corona, we were starting to become like our friend group was starting to become a little more outgoing, and we were starting to go like venturing out more places, and like just hanging out even more, and then like we just it cut us like on our tracks. It was
Yeah,
like stop it right there, brother.
we were on such a high, and then like they gave us a shot, and now we're just like, oh,
Corona's like cut him off, cut him off, cut him off. All
See,
right,
but then
it's 2 a.m. Last call.
see like but on the contrary, like I'm happy for that. But then the scary part is like, what if there's a second wave of this shit and it
which are
comes
probably
back when it comes back worse, you know?
which are
It's like
probably will be low key.
yeah, I mean,
I mean, just that there isn't a cure yet. That's like the part.
right there's no vaccine,
Yeah.
um, and very early it was like projected that it was gonna become an endemic, which means that it's gonna become a regular part of our lives. It's gonna become just like a flu, a cold. It's gonna be like a virus that just comes back on every season.
Hmm.
Um, so I mean, I hopefully not, but that's likely gonna be the case. Because the flu is part of the it is a coronavirus. So it's like the coronavirus is like the main branch, and then the flu stems from there, and then the this COVID SARS 2, that's where that one stems from. So it might become an endemic, and I mean, hopefully they find a vaccine soon, so we can get back to our regular routines, and then like people stop dropping like flies.
Feel.
Because there's a lot of states that are opening up,
Yeah,
and there's a lot of people who are frustrated. Um, and I guess we'll see. We'll see if opening it up causes a second wave,
yeah,
and we'll see if those people that neglected to do what do the precautions, I guess,
yeah,
Mhm.
if their minds will at all. Because I feel like it's the type of thing where it's like it's easy to deny because you don't see it,
yeah,
Right.
right? I've experienced it where I know a particular person who was like, nah, don't believe in it, don't believe in it, didn't want to wear masks, didn't want to do none of that. All I said was that I got tested for it, right? I got the test for the coronavirus just because I have family members that work at a retirement home, and there was a couple patients.
Mhm.
So it's just precautionary, just to make sure I didn't have anything. But the moment I said that I had done the test, he immediately like was social distancing. He like closed doors, like quarantining me, even though like I was like, I don't have it. I don't think I have it. So it's just precaution. Like
yeah.
plus that same energy. You say you don't believe in it. Don't be
Yeah.
like all cautious now.
True.
Like
Everyone's tough until it
keep the same
comes to
energy.
them. Yeah.
So that
Like no
happens to
no,
you.
you can't be all tough and be like, exists this shit don't exist, and then all I said is like, oh, I got tested for it, and all of a sudden now you're like wanting to wear gloves and hand sanitize and
He's
wear
like in a
masks and
bubble.
shit. Yeah, dude. I'm like, no, 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 no. Keep the same energy.
Yeah, see,
Yeah.
I mean, like, what makes this particular virus kind of like crazy is that there's like different strains of it. So there's like the an Asian strain, there's a European strain, the strain that hit New York, and then it seems like we have a different strain here in the West Coast. I saw a study that suggested that somewhere around 600,000 people um, had the virus already, and they had immunity to it already. They had the antibodies.
Mhm.
So that was just like an estimation uh, based on based on the number of people that they've tested thus far. That number could be much higher or it could be much lower.
Mhm.
But it's projected that somewhere around 600,000 people already have antibodies here in I think it was specifically in the LA County. I don't recall off the top of my head, but I
Mhm.
mean, there was already like rumors that it had been around in California or LA. When I say California, I mean LA because this is where we're at. Um, that had been around here in California since like early January, maybe like late December.
That's true. Cause didn't you on the way you got sick like really bad like around January or the start of February?
It was right before Vegas.
And was it like a flu like system or what was it that you had?
It was like a 1 day flu.
Yeah, my memory you said like you got it bad out
Yeah, it
of
was
nowhere.
it was it was bad. I had some cough
Mhm.
syrup, some
Some
very
lean.
strong cough syrup. It was lean. It was that Promet.
Yeah,
It was like I was zooted at work.
yeah.
Um, but yeah,
Allegedly.
like it was. um, but yeah, it was like the sniffles for like a day or no, like 2 3 days, and I thought it was just because it was the changing climate around that time.
Mm,
So like some nights were hot, some nights were cold, and it was like a particular night where I chose wrong, and I thought it was gonna be hot, and it wasn't.
yeah.
Uh,
And then like 2 3 days later, I was like bedridden, which I normally never am.
mhm.
But then a lot of medicine later, and I was good to go.
And then you Jack too, no? Like
Yeah, I got sick. I don't recall exactly when. It was maybe either the second or third week of January when
uh-huh.
I got really sick. I got sick for like a week and a half maybe. And
Really?
so like it started very mildly. Like the first couple of days it was like just body ache and just generally dragging myself. I thought to myself like maybe I'm just not getting enough sleep. But I mean, I hadn't changed my sleeping schedule, so I was like, no, it can't be that. So then I was like, maybe it's something that I ate. So I was like, okay, whatever. And then like the feeling of just dragging myself, just progressively kept getting worse. And then there was 2 days where I had a little bit of a fever.
Yeah.
Um,
That's where you and Amalia too, no? Got them
yes.
together.
I don't remember if she did, but I do remember she did have temperature at some
Cause
point.
this was like already like when they told us like you're quarantined. Cause I remember we were on the call, and then you two were like
Mm,
well like 'cause we were making fun of you like oh you got the Rona, but
yes, no, 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 no. I'm talking about much earlier. This
oh
was in January.
uh,
And so yeah, like I had everything, all of the symptoms that they said that that were attributed to the corona, like fatigue, body ache, headaches, difficulty breathing, because like since I'm a delivery guy, sometimes going up the apartments, you have 3-story apartments, fucking carrying big ass boxes. I was having a really rough time. I mean, I was still getting it done, but it was like, I was like panting. I was like, oh shit! Like, I was like, damn, maybe like top 10 pranks that went too far. I'm too fat for this now. But I was like, no, like I've always been able to do this.
mhm.
Um, and so yeah, it was just difficulty breathing, and then like out of nowhere, it just went away. Cause I've always been kind of like I don't really take a lot of medicine. I prefer my body fight it off itself.
Mhm.
So I don't like baby my immune system with medicine. So I took that approach during that time, because even I had told my mom, and she's like, "Oh, go to the doctors. Like, here, take this medicine." And I was like, "Nah, like, I'm just gonna hang tight. If it gets worse, then like, I'll go. But for
Mhm.
like for now, like, I'm chilling." And it lasted for like a week and a half, and then after that, it just disappeared. Like,
Well,
as mysteriously as it came, it left.
that's crazy.
Yeah.
So it was a 2 week quarantine.
Yeah.
And I mean,
Well, no, who knows, dude? We might have already gotten it, and we didn't.
That's what
right.
I'm thinking too, Loki.
That's why, like I said, like, it's speculated that the strain that we got here in the West Coast was much weaker, because if you look at the strain that New York got, like, that fucked a lot of people up.
Because even like now, like it doesn't feel as serious as it did when it first started,
Right.
like 2 months ago. Like it's kind of just like normal. It's starting
Yeah.
to feel normal, just kind of being out. Um, I guess that depends on who you ask,
Right.
Sure.
but the idea of being quarantined doesn't feel as it doesn't feel as real as it did like 2 months ago.
Right.
Like
Sure,
at
it
least for
is.
me, it's feeling more normal now.
Yeah, which I don't mind. I kind of like. I like now that people are like starting to like be precautionary with like their like what they're touching, and like after they touch something, they like clean themselves and stuff. Because I've always been like the guy, like I don't mind like getting like dirty or whatever. I don't like when other people spread their dirt to like other places like on purpose or even on accident, but like they could have been it could have been prevented.
Hmm.
So now where people are like being precautionary, clean, and like maybe the mask I personally don't like just because I have trouble breathing in them. But I will. It'll be kind of cool if we make it like a thing where like a lot of people wear masks now, like how you said another podcast ago, like in like Japan or even like Eastern like countries, like it's like just what they do already. If you're sick, like you're gonna wear a mask to like not spread it
Yeah.
at all.
Yeah. I mean, you see it here a lot with, like, within, like, the Asian communities.
Mhm.
If they're like, and it's kind of funny, because pre-corona, like, everyone looked at, like, the Asian people who wore masks when they were sick,
That's like
as
funny,
the odd ones out, like, what the hell are you doing, like.
but
but
there, they-
but yeah, like, they were thinking much ahead, and like now, like, look at us,
yeah,
clowns, everyone wearing masks.
the clownery. But
I
that's
mean,
crazy how that might be like just a normal thing now where people go out with
well,
masks.
but it depends on, and weirdly enough, it like became political. Depends on where you are politically, whether or not you do that.
True.
Yeah.
So, because if there was like a race in North Carolina that supposedly had mask, like you had to wear a mask and social distancing, but if you look at the picture,
Hmm.
like everyone's packed in like sardines. No, like they were like, yeah, there was like 10% of people wearing masks, and I was like, in that picture, I didn't see nobody.
Right.
It was like playing a game of Where's Waldo? Where's
Finding
the
a
mask?
mask.
I didn't see a mask in that picture. There was a
Mm,
ton of people in that, all just watching cars go in circles.
true.
But like, we'll see. Those other states.
I'm trying to find
Um,
it, because I think I saw on Twitter. um I saw on
it was like their
Twitter.
first major race since the outbreak in North Carolina.
I saw on Twitter a sign that said, like, no masks allowed. Like, if you buy into this whole coronavirus thing, like, stay out of the store or some shit like that. But I don't remember what state it was in. But it was
You know,
basically like, if you're buying into the whole government thing of wearing masks and shit, they were like, basically, get the fuck out of the store.
See,
I don't get that.
I've never understood that conspiracy theory.
Yeah.
It's like it's a Republican who's in office. I would maybe give credence if it was a Democrat, but it's your own people in office. So like, why
Yeah.
it that's just never made sense. Like
Yeah.
usually, if you were to say something like that, because Hillary would be in office right now,
Hmm.
right? But even then, I'm like, it's a world thing.
Yeah,
It's not a U.S. thing. So that idea has never.
right. Because the whole
The
point of the
fact that it's
mask,
like a political ploy. I'm like,
yeah,
what?
because it's
What do you?
just the whole point of the mask is just so when you cough, like it gets trapped in here and you're not spreading it. Like I don't know how they turn that into like a
The
weird
idea
bad thing about that.
the the idea of wearing a mask is now uh, we're losing our freedom
Yeah,
and we're
white people
losing our
can do it.
rights, and it's just like, um, just say you don't want to wear a mask.
I know.
Just say it.
But
Just say you don't want
now,
to wear a mask.
if you're gonna say it and not wear a mask, so now when you cough, dab and cough, cough, cough,
It,
but then don't touch
it's
something like
it it's just like some of the reasoning behind it is just like, I don't get it.
bitches
You
be
can,
crazy.
if you want to not believe, fine, but bullshit ass excuse,
Yeah.
because it's just like it just sounds stupid.
Yeah, I can't find it, but yeah, I thought it was silly. I was like no masks allowed. Like if someone wants to wear a mask, like
Mm.
I don't know. If someone wants
It
to wear
it
a
should
mask, like it shouldn't like be a problem.
Do you know if
it
it was
should
like a
be it
public
should
store or
I think it might have been like a convenience store.
like a mom and
I
pop like
mean,
type thing?
Yeah.
I think at most I think at most it should be like optional,
Yeah.
but it's just kind of like the logic behind not buying to the coronavirus just seems weird. Like if you had a reason for believing it, at the very least it was a strong reason.
Yeah.
I'd be like, you know what? That's your belief.
Hmm.
Fine. But it's just some of the reasons like it don't make sense. It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
Give me something. Give me something juicier.
Yeah. If
It
you're
just
gonna
sounds like you
say
just
it,
don't want to wear it.
if you're gonna say it, just make it make sense. I agree.
Like one of the arguments was like, "Oh, it can't be real if I can't see it," which is like it's so bullshit.
Then what would they say about their Lord and Savior or
There's
whatever?
that.
Yeah.
There's um, you don't believe in air. Can't see air. You can feel it, breathe it, but you
Yeah.
can't see it. See, like it's shit like that. You
Like
know what?
camouflage.
It's
Like,
it's
how do
it's
you see
the
that?
it's the old Xbox 360 controller reasoning.
Mm.
Oh, it's better because this button's a trigger. Okay, that helps you in one game in one situation.
Right.
That's a bullshit reason to want to buy an entire system based on one button.
Okay, here I found it. Um it was it was in Kentucky.
King Ticket.
Um oh, you guys cannot see it for some
Kentucky.
reason.
Kentucky Orbit.
Let me figure out what I did wrong. But yeah, it was for some reason I don't know. I messed it up, but I'll read it. Oh, I'm just mashing buttons over here. Um I don't know. I fucked up the display, but basically it says no face masks allowed in store. Lower your masks or go somewhere else. Stop listening to Bashir, I guess the governor of Kentucky, and then it says he's a dumbass.
I mean, if it's a private, like a mom and pop thing, they have the right to like just like not service whoever they want. Um, because then like those people could just go shop at another store, but
I,
like they make it
I
a whole problem.
I do agree with like respecting private business, but it's kind of like I wouldn't necessarily argue like the right to do it or not to. It's more the reason behind it. It's
I know,
like it's like I don't
but
know. It's just like you're trying to force your beliefs on whoever is trying to shop at your store, and it's like
mhm.
if they want to wear a mask, like just look. If you don't believe in it, that's your thing. But just if someone does believe in it and they want to wear a mask, then just just let them do their thing. Like don't interfere.
I
Don't try to suppress what they believe in because of your beliefs.
So Jack, if you owned a liquor store, would you let a furry into it?
Absolutely not. That's where I draw the line.
Shout out to the furries. I
No
don't
shout
believe
outs. That
nah,
part's
you
gonna
know
be
what?
edited out.
You know what? Furries are allowed in my convenience store, but bronies are not.
it.
That's where I draw the line
With bronies,
with bronies. I don't care. I will be the enemy number one for the brony community. I don't care.
you heard it here first.
I
No,
don't care.
Noah is willing to go to war with bronies.
You know what, man? Like, I'm okay with like even foot fetishes. You know what? If a feet is your thing, you go for it. But it's like bronies is where I draw the line. Hell no.
Exposed.
Like that's just weird.
I
That's
don't have
just
a foot
weird.
fetish.
It's okay, bro. I let you believe in what you like. You know what?
Th-
That's your thing.
this podcast is welcoming to all but bronies, apparently.
Oh well, furries. Again, well that's for you. I don't.
True.
Everyone's
But
allowed
if
in
they're
my store.
specifically, but if they're specifically bronies or My Little Pony furries, that's not.
See, like, just the other day on Call of Duty, there was like the gun skins that you could buy. There was a body pillow, little little charm that you can attach to your gun,
Hmm.
and it was like the name of the charm was called like Loyal Companion, and it was a body pillow with like an anime chick, and I'm just like, bro, I
See, those anime people push it. They push it because we have some. We know some homies that are just sometimes it's like
Yeah, I went to a
okay,
whole ass
okay,
anime con where they sell those type of body pillows, and then one of our friends' little cousin, he bought one not knowing or knowing what it was, but his mom not knowing what it was. So when she got into the car and he like opened it, she was like, "What the hell is that?" He's like, "In my pillow."
oh yeah.
you know what? Like they're dangerously close, but it's like a lot of those are made for the purposes that you think they are made for.
Right.
Feel me?
But what was cool about that body
Bottle
pillow
piddle.
bottle
Mhm.
pillow was that at that booth where like the body pillow and like they had like little cards and stuff and books with the models on them. Like the actual girls on those pictures were there. So like I saw her in real life and then I saw it on my friend's like pillow and I was like, oh,
See, but okay, thing is, they know what they're doing
right.
and they know what it's for.
Hmm.
So it's sometimes I feel like it's a bit much, but it's like everyone knows what it's for.
I know.
They may not say it, but everyone agrees what they're doing.
Right.
Everyone knows what's up.
Hmm.
The brony, okay? I get it. It's a little kid show. My Little
Right.
Pony's a little kid show, but you don't gotta be weird about it. Like
Yeah.
Hey, bro.
sometimes it can.
Some people would
Sometimes it can
argue
just
that the lore is for very mature audiences.
no. Get out of here. It's just sometimes it can it's creepy, especially since it's a show for kids, but don't be creepy about it. Like
Yeah.
at least in anime, it's like sometimes that's I don't know the community, but sometimes it's you know what you're getting, you know what it is that you're there for. Like they wouldn't have drawn anime titties if for no reason,
Right.
right?
I think it's
But
it's weird with the bronies just because like with anime they already like sexualize it in like just the way they're drawn sometimes in the animes. Like the girls always have the big boobs and stuff. But with the bronies, like they don't look like that. The ponies don't look nothing like that.
it's,
It's
it's
what they
just
do.
it's I'm sure that they have some people that are there strictly for the lore
Yeah.
and it's good and wholesome, but it's just like it's just weird, dude.
Bro,
It's just
but the plot,
I'm allowed no,
the twists and turns, the peaks and the
skip
valleys.
skip 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 skip.
Yo.
It's just weird. I'm allowed to believe it to be weird.
No,
It's
you're
just
not,
weird,
dude.
bro.
It,
Yes, I am.
see,
It's
okay.
my belief. You know what? If I had a convenience store, you can wear all the masks. You can wear no mask. I just don't want to see that My
See
Little
now,
Pony shirt unless
now,
you're like a 6-year-old girl.
now I'm understanding these convenience store owners. See, like we're over here, okay, we're cool with everyone, and you're coming to my store with your mask on that says "I hate bronies." None of that.
Yes.
None of the
I
go.
need that
You
mask.
can go to another convenience store, sir. We don't deal with your bigotry here.
You know what? I don't want what's in this store anyways. It's all trash. It's all Kroger items. I don't care. It's all that great
Hey,
value
hey,
items, dude.
Kroger is undefeated, bro, and it's underrated. A lot of Kroger products are actually very good, and I prefer a few of them
See,
over like name brand things.
but Kroger is elite because they have everything.
Yes, they fuck with everything.
Anything that you could possibly desire. I think they actually have Kroger stores, like stores that
Really,
specifically sell only Kroger stuff.
I don't believe that.
But
So like
I
for
don't know
less.
where they are. Yeah, yeah, but just imagine outside it says Kroger. I've seen some of them, and I'm like, yo, they actually have a whole store of just Kroger stuff.
Might
I
as
have
well.
to assume it's all Kroger stuff.
It's like a
But
boutique.
like, no, it's like a store. Like imagine Target just had Target brand stuff.
That's what Target's becoming.
Like there's no name brands. It's all Target stuff.
Maybe I would assume it could be like more of an East Coast thing, because right now I'm looking up like on the Kroger website,
Hmm.
like locations, and it only gives you like retailers that carry Kroger items like Food for Less, Ralph's.
Yeah, I got to assume they're either Midwest or East because
Yeah,
I had no idea that was even a thing.
yeah,
But I've seen like there was like a YouTube video that had like ghosts caught on camera, and they're like an employee from the Kroger store, and I'm like, Kroger store. You know what? Fuck the ghost, dude. Let's talk about this Kroger store,
Right,
bro.
right,
What is this?
right.
And I got to assume it's all Kroger stuff. Like you can go in there, get a bag of chips, get some ice cream, and buy some car insurance, and then be on your way.
Is Senor or Senora Kroger still alive? Or is the name that's a person?
Freddy Kroger? I don't know.
Hmm.
I'm mad.
Or what's the lead singer of Nickelback? Chad Kroger? Right, that's his name.
This photograph. That guy?
It's just a picture of like a Kroger.
Cereal box, a Kroger box.
Oh.
The Kroger logo.
I hate this. But I mean, like, well, I mean, speaking of stores, like one of the things that I've been like trying to hunt down and that I really want is to switch the Joy Cons of my Switch. One of
We don't
my
have any switches at Target. Don't ask me.
the the one of the joysticks is getting a little loose. So like my character's starting to run a little wild. So I want specifically I want the neon yellow or green Joy Cons, and I can like I'm willing to pay money for them, like whatever they're worth, but they're sold out everywhere. Like
Bro, we had them for like when they first came out. We had a big shipment of them.
mhm,
Like because usually those it's a hot item, so they're always sending us stuff. So sometimes we have like a whole like in the back stock, just a bunch of them.
mhm,
And then around January, February, we just sold out, just like how we usually will sell out, and we
yeah,
didn't have like a back stock of them. But now the quarantine hit, and then they just never sent us like any. So we, for the first time in like months, we got one. When the last time I worked on Saturday. On Saturday we got one, and it was the gray Joy Cons.
mm,
But that was it, only one. And so like literally for the past 3 months, I get calls like every time like, hey, do you guys have any Joy Cons? No, sorry, unfortunately we don't have any. We didn't receive
those,
any
those,
this morning.
those are the ones on the
Yeah,
sides, no?
yeah,
The little
yeah, yeah,
controllers on the sides?
yeah.
yeah.
You
So
should
like
probably check out those retro.
That would
Because
Yeah,
make
I've seen them have like Switch stuff. I don't know specifically if they're looking if they have the ones you're specifically looking for, but
yeah.
um, they seem to be seem to
the
at
same
least have
price.
them in
Because
stock.
because the problem with those neon yellow ones specifically is that the one of the batches that they released came out defective.
Hmm.
And the right joystick is very like fucky.
There
Like,
was like a recall on
yeah,
them.
for Smash, specifically that batch of neon yellow controllers, the right joystick fucked everything up, and that's a joystick that's used in Smash a lot. So I actually got to experience how horrible it was to play with that faulty controller. And
Hmm.
so then I returned it, and they told me, like, the guy at Best Buy told me, he's like, you probably want to hang back on buying the yellow ones for now because we are having a recall, and then they should release a new batch soon.
Hmm.
The new batch never came.
And they never came. Yeah. And then a lot of guests were like, yeah, like I bought the warranty for it. But then I'm like, well, the warranty that you get when you purchase it is not like with us. Like you only come to us if you want to return or exchange it, not if you want us to fix it. Like that's a whole third party thing.
Yeah.
So you have to return it with them. But then I remember like one guest like wanted me to call them for her, so I did, and they're like, yeah, I mean, pretty much the only thing we could do since they are recalled, there's nothing really we could fix. You just have to get a new one. So for like a lot of guests, like they were coming back to exchange or like get a refund and buy some new pairs. It's just we never got it.
That's rough.
Yeah, and then I think Nintendo, they're just playing with us. They're like, yeah, we sold out pretty much of all of our Switches like across the United States, so we have a good chunk of change we want to just hold on. So like, there's no rush to like put some out. But I'm like, bro, give me these fucking games so I
I,
can
I
sell it to these annoying
I
guys.
don't think that's the case. I think
I
they're
know
like,
that's just how I feel.
you're
Like
rant.
they're
Yeah, yeah,
attacking.
yeah. I feel you, but yeah, no, like I hope companies can get back to work soon. There's a lot of people out of work, and I mean it's a win-win situation. Like we as consumers, we get our products. The
Mhm.
people who are unemployed, they get back on their feet, and the
True,
companies, I mean, they make their dough. It's a win-win-win.
it is. The thing that it was just annoying me personally is that these people were acting like if this was like an essential item. Like if it was like
Yeah.
alcohol or sanitizer, like bro, I need my Switch now. Like you don't understand. And I'm like, no, you don't.
I,
Like
I
you don't.
think I think probably what fueled that itch for the Switch.
Mm-hmm.
um Bars. What fueled that? I think it was Animal Crossing coming out like around the
Yeah, they,
time that Corona started.
no, they Nintendo little bitches. They knew exactly what they were doing because it was supposed to come out at a certain time, but then they pushed back the date. And I feel because they were in the know of what was going to happen. So like,
Ooh,
let's push back the.
Yuli's conspiracy theory
Look,
is
I
that
don't really, I don't,
Nintendo is
I'm not really
responsible for the
about these
coronavirus.
conspiracy type stuff, but this one, I'm leading the
Ooh,
cause.
this
This
is
one,
this is the insider trading we were talking about
yeah,
earlier.
because I think they were in it, bro. Nintendo, we're saying it here first. Nintendo created the coronavirus.
Allegedly.
No, I'm just kidding.
Allegedly.
JK's, JK's.
But yeah, I mean, yeah, I just, it would be cool if everything just kind of chills down,
Mm-hmm.
it cools down by the end of the year, and we can resume where we left off. Because I feel for a lot of people. Ooh, well, the
The
CEO of the podcast just showed
the
up.
Dawn is here. Hello, sir.
Just making sure we're doing our jobs right.
We got a bow. He's like, all right, let's see out here what we got. What we got. All right, everything's looking good.
And then
Yuli
I'm
looking
gonna
a little
announce.
thick. I see. Okay, okay. Jack new equipment. Nice, nice. All right, looking good.
See,
Keep it up, boys.
like I feel like 2020 was at least for my immediate my immediate people, like my friends and family. It seemed like 2020 was gonna be a good year. It was gonna be a year of like a lot of projects getting done, like like what we were talking about earlier, that we were starting to become a little more outgoing, and just trying to break the shell of like not really going clubbing, or not really just not partying a lot. We were starting to ramp up, and in that sense, like people were expected to get good jobs. People were just starting new jobs, um, and it just kind of like
As a group, everything was starting to,
yeah,
uh,
yeah,
As a
no pun
collective.
intended, turn up.
yeah. We were starting to blossom.
Yeah,
All the
like,
hard work that we had been putting for the past few years, it was starting to show.
Hmm. It
and
was our
like
glow up year, and
Yeah,
then
we,
it wasn't.
as a group, we were going and just going to places. We were going out to like more, not somebody's house, essentially.
yeah,
We're going out to places, experiencing.
And then to other people watching, like who they're like, yeah, we do this all the time. It's just because our friend group, we're kind of always like we're introverted most of the time, so like we like hanging out with each other, but like in our like secure places. So then us going out to these like public places, it's like a big thing for us.
yeah. Like we're the type of friends who like will kick it at someone's house, and we'll
Hmm.
play like Uno, or like just drink amongst ourselves. We rarely bring any outsiders in to our group, only because we've basically, like, a lot of people in this group of friends have known each other since like elementary.
Hmm.
So it's like a pretty like tightly knit like group of friends.
Yeah,
So yeah,
We were finally breaking that,
yeah,
and it didn't feel like forced. Like it felt
naturally. Yeah,
natural.
yeah,
Yeah,
and I mean, hopefully, because at least what I can tell on the group chat, that spirit's still much alive. It's still
I think
very
it, I think
alive.
I think it's like it's ready to pop. Like I feel
Yes, that's what I was gonna say. It's
2021.
like a dam.
Yeah,
It's ready to just pop.
yeah.
it's
Like
it's like a bunch of pent up frustration.
Yeah,
Like it's like
sexually.
we it's like, I'm just gonna ignore that. It's like it's
Sorry.
we took for granted the time we could have been
Hmm.
true.
being more wild and more like partying.
Because it's
And
not as
it's
bad
like
as people
we
make
were
it.
yeah, we were just getting our sea legs under us, and then we got the carpet pulled under.
See,
Yeah.
Luego, so now it's like, hey, you know what? Like we had all this time and we didn't use it. Now, like we got to appreciate the time we got.
right. Yeah, and I mean, I think for sure that's what this whole situation is gonna bring out of people. It's probably gonna make them. It's gonna change the mentality of like, okay, we're on borrowed time. We don't know like if this is gonna happen again, or if like like political tensions overseas, like they escalate too much, and like there's a war. Like there's this feeling of like, oh shit, like anything can happen at any moment. So we need to like
Take advantage.
we need to we need to do the things that we said we were gonna do, but we never did. Because I for sure feel that way. There was a lot of things that I had in my bucket list that I wanted to do, but I just never did, because I was like, oh, it's not gonna go anywhere. Like I can just do it another time. Like I got better things to do right now. Um, Bars. Um, and so like now it doesn't like, at least for me, it doesn't feel that way. It feels that like as soon as this is over, and as soon as like people aren't getting sick anymore, and we're able to go back to how we used to be, um that I want to do as many things as I can while I can do it.
So we're trying all the drugs in the world.
No.
JK. Just kidding.
But yeah, like um like for example, one of them that I really wanted to do but I just never really did was like go on a road trip. Like just hop in a car with a few people and just fucking go somewhere. Like go to, I mean, we did it for Vegas, but that was kind of like a pre-planned thing. We knew what our destination was. We
Hmm.
knew where we were going to sleep. And this one, it would be like, all right, you guys want to do this? like for the
See,
weekend. Let's see where we go.
now
Let's
I
just
almost did that New Year's because after the New Year's party, I was still up, and then I think I was taking like Danny home, and we were just like, we're so awake, like I don't want to go home yet. So I was like, hey, want to drive to Vegas? And then she was like, oh my god, you're not down, and I was like, down, fool.
Down, fool.
um,
This
because
fool.
just because we didn't work the next day, so we're like, you know what, we could drive there real quick, just explore and then come back. But then I randomly it hit me, like the tire hit me. I was like, you know what, I don't think I'll make it. I need to sleep. But like I almost drew to Vegas like on the
How
random.
far into the trip to Vegas did you realize?
Um, well, where this idea conceived, where we're in Santa Monica at the pier.
oh
Okay.
oh
So
okay.
from there, it happened and it stopped there. Like on the entrance to the freeway, I was like, yeah, the tire hit me. I'm not gonna make it.
You should
Like
have just
the
had her
battery
drive.
just drained completely. Just
She doesn't drive on the freeway, so it would have been.
Oh, you're right.
So it was
But it's
a
easy.
lose lose.
So
That's what I'm
I
telling you.
I've driven that. You literally just go straight.
That's what I'm telling you. If anything, the freeway is the safest place to drive.
And since it was early morning
No one will be there.
on New Year's, I don't think it'd been.
Yeah.
And some people prefer driving at night. I don't know what kind of sociopath behavior that is, but I personally get more antsy at night.
For
It might be because I wear glasses and I get a lot of glare, so I feel like my vision is like impaired. Like I
Mhm.
can't see as good at night because I get like
That-
all the reflections of the headlights and shit.
I'm the same way.
I think just because like there's likely less people on the road. Because I've like when I used to do graveyard shifts, I'd come home 3, 4 in the morning. There was
Mhm.
nobody on the freeway, nobody. So
Did-
if you
tell
take
the-
into
tell the-
account
Tell the truth.
what
Tell the truth. Were you driving the suggested speed at those
I
kind of
was.
hours?
I was, but you know how I drive. I'm a safe driver.
That's true. No way. Like if you ever want to get somewhere safely, drive with Noah.
Yeah, if you ever
Yeah.
wanna make it in time, don't drive with Noah
Or make it alive.
because
Do you want to make it alive or do you want to make it on time?
Yeah.
Because guess what? If you don't make it alive, you're not going to be there on time.
hey bro,
That's bars.
on time is late, early is on time.
No, see, but it's called fashionably late.
Ooh.
If
You
anything,
can't
we're
be
making a
fashionable.
statement.
You can't make a fashion statement if you're dead.
Yeah, I don't follow the trends. Tell me 7, I'll be there at 8.
You're
But I'll be there safely.
Actually, that's like that's not even him fucking around. That's like that's no way.
yeah.
Hey,
Now,
but I
if
don't
you
have
if
any
you
tickets
if you
on
want to make it somewhere,
Okay, wait, hold on, Yuli, because you have okay. You said that, but you don't have any tickets, right? Then I can counter your argument with me that I'm an efficient driver.
That's
We
the
get
word.
we get both there in time and alive, and I have no tickets.
that's
Yeah,
because
but I mean,
you don't get caught.
the likelihood of you not getting there alive is much lower
Slim to none.
with you than it is with me.
See, but like I was just saying, like you just got to do it.
No,
Okay.
I mean, there's a speed limit for a reason.
The speed limit is just a suggestion.
Oh, so when I get a speeding ticket, can you pay for like the other half because I was suggested to not go this officer?
If I'm in a car
Hey,
with you,
hey, officer, my homie Jack said that it's just a suggestion. I don't have to follow it. Have you not heard this before? Is this news to you? Am I breaking? It says speed limit, yes, but you read it speed suggestion.
See, you didn't see
No,
the
see?
12-inch font there at the bottom.
Yeah, it's not a limit. It's a suggestion.
the fine print,
Yeah,
bro.
mean,
It's in the driver's manual.
I get it, officer. I get it, bro. You have a lot on your plate, but that's just how it is. That's how my homie Jack. Estás.
Well, I mean, like I said, no tickets.
Yeah,
And I
and
mean,
then
Okay.
it's not like I drive like crazy. It's not like I drive like crazy, but I'm not a person that if I'm behind someone that's slow, I'll immediately get out of that lane and just switch over till I can.
Well, there's a difference between that and going 90.
Yes.
Because I mean, sure, you may not have any tickets, but we know an individual who may have a couple accumulated. I'm not gonna say his name. We're not gonna. He doesn't want to address it. He don't got to address it. That's fine. But I'm just gonna counter your argument
hey,
with another living human being
I am not an
that
argument.
can say the opposite. So it's like, hey, you want to get somewhere safely? I'm your guy. I'm a smooth ride.
Hmm.
It doesn't mean that I'm gonna, if someone's going 20 and a 60, I'm gonna follow them. I'm gonna be right behind them. Yeah, I'm gonna get out.
Get out the way.
Okay.
I'm gonna go
They
65.
they should make it. They should make it a rule that if you're not planning on going like around 65, 70, which is the allowed limit, um, on the left lane, you need to get the fuck out of that lane.
True.
Like seriously, there is some people that like you have like a good like 300, 400 meters, feet in front of you, and you're like, okay, I have a lot of space. I can keep going at this velocity, but 50 like feet in front of you, there's an asshat going 50 miles that just merges into your lane, while they have a clean lane. And it's like you're having a dandy time. You're probably listening to tunes, just chilling. You're like, yeah, I'm gonna like, you're thinking of where you're going, like what I'm gonna do. And some idiot merges into your lane going like 50,
Randomly.
while you're going like 70. And like that is one of my biggest like pet peeves like of anything. It's like if you're not gonna go at the pace of the traffic,
Go
fuck
get behind
off.
a truck.
Fuck off.
Go on
Like
the right.
like like see
There is
like
a slow lane, right? Isn't the right lane where the trucks are the slow lane?
yeah. And it's like if I'm gonna throw hands for anything, that is one of the very few things that I would get off my car to like throw hands, because it genuinely like pisses me off. Because not only are you putting like yourself at risk, you're putting myself at risk, and you're putting others around, like other people that are around on the road at risk too, because you thought it was cool to merge, going 50 miles on a 70 lane.
Very true.
That is one of the acceptable things in my book to throw hands for.
And that's on Fast and Furious.
See, that's different.
That is different.
That's different from I don't drive like that. I'll drive the limit, but I won't drive below it.
Yeah.
Mm.
And
If
it's like,
anything, a little higher. But see, look, Jack, you're married, right?
yes, allegedly.
Right? Allegedly. When we were
His
going to
wife's
Vegas, your wife was throwing shade because I was going speed limit, and there was a car that passed by us who was going like 90, and I don't think I forget this, dude. This is this is stored in here. She's
Okay.
like, man, I wish we were going that
Oh,
fast.
I remember. I remember.
Don't think I forgot that.
I
Don't think I forgot
remember.
that.
Yeah.
I got that. I got her. I got her. You can let her know that. I remember that.
Is she in the room?
No. She's not in the room right
You can go ahead and tell her, show her this clip.
now.
Okay? I didn't forget.
That's right.
Who was the first one to the house at Vegas?
It was you guys, actually.
We were the first ones. Did we need to be going 90 miles an hour to get there? No.
Mm-mm.
Did we need to be speeding down the highway to get to Vegas? No. We got there in a perfectly reasonable amount of time. We were the first ones there.
That is big true.
So why do I need to go 90 when going 65 will get there? We'll be there. We'll be there.
you're
We'll be maybe a couple minutes later, but at the end of the day, we were still there first.
I feel like this is Kevin Malone from The Office and that episode where he's like, "Why use lot word when few word do trick?" But yeah, that's true. That's big true. I remember that shit. I was like, ooh. I was like, what do you do? What are you gonna do about it? And you're like, goes to the speed limit.
What I did about that was get there first. That's what I did.
That's
I
right.
practiced what I
True.
preached.
Big truths. And on
But then
that,
if I take a wild turn, she immediately goes like, "Oh my god, what is happening? What is happening? Why is he driving that way?" And I'm like, "What do you want? What do you want?"
big
she
true.
she wants you to be Dom and like fucking and go off a freeway and like and go save Letty from like fucking burning car.
And
I don't know who Dom is. I don't know who Letty is, but they
Fast and
can they can
Furious.
they can go on an Uber if they want. If they want to go faster, it'll.
and
Hey, look.
Furiouser.
At the end of the day, I'm not fast and furious. I am at the limit and gentle.
Oof.
Take
There
that
you
into a
go.
movie.
At the limit and gentle. And with that, we've been at it for an hour and 25 minutes. I believe this is our longest quarantine edition podcast.
A longie but a goodie.
Yes. So what was the phrase again? I forgot already. On time and what? And fashionable. On time and fashionable. Um,
Let's go with that.
on
That's
time,
that's part
on
two.
time and fashionable. Part two.
That-
That
part
no,
two.
that's the Tokyo version. That's
Oh,
Tokyo
okay.
Tokyo Drift.
That's a spin-off.
Um,
Yeah.
don't forget to subscribe, like this video if you had a good time. Make sure to ring the notification bell. Don't get sent to the shadow realm by our boy Lord of D. Follow us on social media at got BTTD. You can follow us on our social medias at JC Prods for myself, at King_ULY for our boy ULY, and No Soul double underscore for our boy Noe. And we'll see you later. Peace.
Are we done?
You know the intro is only like 10 seconds long.
What the hell?
I have a question. Do you hear the song?
No, but like I want to be
Because
dancing with the people.
I always got the impression I'm like maybe he's hearing something I'm not.
I'm like hearing it in my head. That's why. So I know our people. It's a banger song, so I know the people will be jamming out. So I'm jamming out with them. I just forget how long it is.
Because
Yuli,
legit, I'm like
Yuli is schizo confirmed, and now this is the end of the podcast.